This is the Evil Never Dies podcast with Brett and Carl. This podcast may contain adult themes, violence, and strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back to the Evil Never Dies podcast. I'm your host, Brett, here with Carl. What's going on, Carl?
Back from the Scarborough Hollow, which is a Halloween-themed Renaissance festival that's last weekend. We had a good time. It was a good show.
Awesome.
They got room to improve, but for the first year of running it, they did a good job. They used to run an actual Halloween park out there for the last, 20 years, and they canceled it, switched it, did something to it, and this is the first year of the new theme, and yeah, they pretty impressive.
Good.
I think next year they'll get all the bugs worked out and it'll be a great show.
Yeah,
it's something different than a haunted house. That I'm actually glad of.
Well, that's cool.
Because there's enough haunted houses and good ones at that.
Yeah, for sure.
That was and of course, so weak as sucked. I was in the garage, fell over a pipe, which is part of a sign, and busted my knee open and my rib. I got a big, huge bruise on my rib. So I did a Brett.
You didn't say nothing about your rib, shit.
Well, the rib wasn't the concern. It was the blood coming out of the knee.
Let's just hope your knee don't do like the last time you busted your knee open, dude.
I don't think it's as bad, but it's the exact same spot and the exact same knee. So maybe it wasn't completely healed because I hit my other knee and it just sort of scratched it and it didn't hurt at all.
Yeah, so you're screwed up for a couple of months with that last time with your knee, though. That wasn't good at all.
I'm becoming Brett here, injuring myself. The reason why this was because I didn't see the pipe and it just rolled. If it had been off of a ladder, I would have caught myself. So this was an actual freak accident because usually there's not a pipe sign laying in the garage that I would roll over.
So, pipe sign? What?
Yeah,
pipe?
It's that stupid sign I got that says "Beware" on it. That was the first semi-professional hot prop that I ever bought in my life. It was at somewhere, I think Spencer's. And it's 50% off, and I bought it, and I was like, oh my God, I've got an actual professional prop. And it was just a sign that said beware. But I've kept the thing all these years.
Oh, shit.
Cool sign, but it was laying in the floor since I'm reorganizing the garage, and I rolled on it.
Fucked you up. You probably wanted to kick it.
No, I was really a little more scared than anything. Because I thought I'd hurt my rib at first, and then I looked down at my knee, and I was like, oh, hell. It's bleeding like an MFer. And the weirdest thing is I put a bandage on it, took the bandage off, and it looked like there was these worms or something on it. But Lisa said it was the medicine. I think it was oozing, though. It might have been ooze. I don't know, man. Gross.
Worms. Got some
like worms.
Got some parasites.
It looked like it, but it wasn't. It was just looked like little... It was weird, dude. I took a picture of it, actually, of course. You know me.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, it's been a weird week. And in the front yard right now, we got a bulldozer, a digger, some other kind of a thing. There's like 4 different pieces of big equipment in the front of the house where they've been doing the road.
Yeah, it looks they stubbed off your sewer line. Did they do the water too or not?
No, they didn't do it. The water's the same.
Huh.
No, Lisa said they did have a water thing out, so I guess they are doing water.
Because they're supposed to be replacing. They must not going to do that until last minute where they can just switch it over real quick.
Yeah.
Because they are running a new water line too down the street.
Yeah, that must. So. But I guess that big blue pipe is the sewer line. I don't know.
Yeah.
So they're moving pretty quick, but the thing is, it's going to be a challenge getting that from the street to the backyard, I think. So we'll see.
Yeah, you'd think they could just get a trencher that would be they make small trenchers where you could because they don't go
Ah,
that deep here, man. They only
dude, it was pretty deep. There was a guy standing in the hole and you could see the top of his head. So
yeah, the main is, but the sewer coming your lateral coming from your house isn't that deep, really.
we'll see
Probably,
what they do, but I'm really impressed on the speed that they're moving so far. The problem's going to be when they redo the road later.
yeah.
That's going to take a long time.
Well, they're trying to get as much done as they can before it gets really cold too. So
Yeah, if it ever gets cold, it was 89 degrees today.
yeah, I know. I had to turn on the goddamn air conditioning in
That was me and
November.
Scarlett's argument. She was wanting to wear her vampire thing. I'm like, no, you can't wear it. It's too hot. That thing's made out of velvet. You'll burn up. And we got into a disagreement, which I eventually won, and she was glad that she listened. I was wearing shorts out there, man.
Yeah, it's been warm the last couple of days. It's supposed to be 91, I think, Monday. So
Yeah.
then it's supposed to cool off again.
The Han is pretty much done for the year. I gotta get, like I said, a couple tarps for the museum room and for that lab monster. I gotta get some more rope to tie him off because that thing you had on him is just shredded to pieces.
Yeah, tarps don't last too long out in the weather like that.
Well, neither does this rope you had tied around his head.
Yeah.
So that's all I need there. And that's my update so everybody knows what's going on. And the reason why we're talking a little bit more is because the movie we're doing tonight probably won't last very long. So is there anything else we want to talk before we get into this great movie?
Not really. I think we can
Another
pretty much.
Frankenstein head. See him up there?
Oh yeah, got two of them now.
Yeah. Well, actually three. We got the grabber mask in front of that one
Oh,
for
gotcha,
now. I need another wig head.
gotcha. I think
That's
I
a,
got an extra one
that's
I
a
can give
hint.
you
Yes.
because I'm gonna do something with. I'm gonna wash all my masks and put them in bags with baby powder and use my shelf for other purposes.
I would because they're just going to get ruined sitting there.
So I'll probably have about 10 wig heads for you.
Well, give me the best one. I'll put the grapper head on it. I need to put that Boris Karloff mask up as well because it's a really good mask and I hate it I don't want it to get ruined because we got this thing now. This thing won't ever get ruined here. And it
Yeah,
looks good on the show.
yeah.
They don't look like the Incredible Hulk. Admit it, it don't look like the Hulk right there.
No, not right there. No. Oh shit. All right.
On to the movie.
Who picked this one?
You did.
Did I?
Yeah, you ordered it from Amazon and said, check this out. It's only $11.99. It's on the list. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll order it. And I did. Because I'd never
Uh,
even heard of the movie before. And I'm like, well, that sounds interesting and could be a cool concept.
yeah,
And it was
but
cheap. I mean, it's a good disc. So yeah.
yeah, good addition to the Blu-ray collection for me, I guess.
Yeah.
But tonight we are covering the Boogens from not the Boogers, the Boogens from 1981, American monster film. Directed by James L. Conway, written by David O'Malley and Jim Koof, known as Bob Hunt. Produced by Charles E. Sellier Jr. Cinematography, Paul Hipp. Edited by Michael Spence. Music by Bob Summers. And it actually had a decent score to it. I thought anyway. What'd you think of the score?
I didn't pay a lot of attention to it, but it wasn't bad, but it didn't seem to anything that was that noticeable, I guess. So
It was like your classic monster movie score, I guess.
from the 80s, early 80s,
Yeah,
late
very
70s. Yeah.
suspenseful and production company Taft International Pictures, distributed by Jensen Farley Pictures, which was through Paramount Pictures. Release date September 25th, 1981. Has a running time of 95 minutes. Country, United States. English language. Had a budget of only $600,000. and it brought 3 million to the box office.
So is a hit,
Pretty big hit.
I guess.
It had they marketed this big time. I remember the TV spots and radio spots for it. So
Well,
yeah,
apparently Paramount put it out, so
yeah,
which interestingly enough, Paramount was putting out the Friday the 13th movies at that time. So we'll get into that in a minute or
yeah.
so.
All right, Carl, why don't you go over the plot of this film?
Um, well, I'll just try to read it off the bat because it's kind of hard to explain.
Okay.
Um, Two young men begin to explore long abandoned mines recently opened by a group of miners, which was two older guys. I'm trying to figure out exactly what they were trying to open these mines for. Did you ever figure that out? Because I don't think
Well,
I
it was an
did.
abandoned silver mine, so they were gonna. They were, I guess, they were told that there were still some veins of silver in there that just were
I
abandoned.
I've never caught that. I couldn't figure out exactly what they were trying to do, but anyway, they opened up these mines with and gonna, like you said, go in them and find what they could find. And well, what they did, they unleashed these Boogens upon this town. Apparently, that every house and building in this town was connected to this mine through some kind of a tunnel. So when they opened the mine, they opened the Boogens, and they're loose and they're apparently hungry, I guess. So these Boogens start attacking people at random and I guess eating them. I don't know exactly what they're doing because some of these bodies aren't ate. So I don't really know what the fuck's going on here, dude.
Just chewed to piss.
They're chewed, and a Boogen is apparently sort of a turtle spider hybrid creature.
What you don't see until like fully
Like the
see in
to the
30
last,
minutes or so,
yeah, the very like last 20, 30 minutes of the movie.
which was sort of cool, I thought. So because it was, so
Well, I guess it wasn't like they were this really impressive piece of creature work or anything, but whatever.
all right, let's go over the cast here. First off, we got Rebecca Balding as Trish Michaels, Fred McCarran as Mark Kinner, Anne Marie Martin as Jessica Ford, Jeff Harlan as Roger Lowry, John Crawford as Brian Deering, Med Flory as Don Ostroff, John Lorner as Blanchard, and Scott Wilkinson as Deputy Greenwald, and a bunch of extras that aren't named. So,
Yeah, there's only just a really few people in this movie.
and that is the small cast for the Boogens. You keep calling it the Boogens.
Isn't that what it's called?
Boogens.
I call it Boogens.
Boogen. Like it.
Bogue. Boog is Bogue, so they're Bogans.
Oh, okay.
I fuck don't know, man. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah, the
I guess
Blu-ray. It's
yeah,
pretty
right
cool,
here.
man. It
I
comes
got
with
it.
comes with a little hardcover case that the actual Blu-ray slips in.
A
Uh,
slip case.
slip case. Uh, pretty cool commentaries, and it had a interview with the special effects guy that made the creature and stuff. Did you listen to any of that or watch any of that?
No, but it's got a flip art too. You can flip it if you want.
Yeah.
This is a Kino release, by the way.
Yeah.
They're actually starting to put out more than anybody at this point. There's something going on with the Scream Factory, and I don't know what's gonna happen with them. They've actually closed their online store up now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
And
that's no
Kino seems to
good.
be getting more movies than anybody right now. Them and of course Arrow, which always has. But
Huh.
yeah, Kino did a great job with this release as they always do.
Yeah, it's
It looked
looked really
good.
good. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
for a 19 was it 81 movie, it looked great.
Well,
And it
somebody
was
else
actually in digital
originally,
theater sound. Look at that right there,
yeah,
DTS.
if somebody else originally put out the Blu-ray in 2012, I think.
See, Kino gets a lot of the movies. They come out like somebody else will have the rights for like a year or two, and then they lose the rights, and then Kino ends up with them.
They snatch them up,
They
huh?
snatch it up, and they have a huge library right now. My beard looks awful. That's why I keep picking at it.
But
This side's longer than the other.
this copy was released back in January of last year, and
Yeah,
there's also a 4K of it too. So
I don't think anybody needs a 4K of this movie.
no, the Blu-ray is sufficient for sure,
Yes.
for sure. Uh, let me see here.
He didn't give us the director or none of that.
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah, I already went through all that.
I don't think you did.
I did. First thing, man.
I think you're
Uh,
tripping. Or I'm messing with you one.
you're messing with me, dude, because um,
Maybe, maybe not.
they filmed this in Park City. Uh,
Well, who was the director?
Charles E. or let's see here.
You never read it.
James L. Conway. Yeah, I wrote who wrote it and produced and all that. I already said that.
And
When
who
I
released it?
Jansen Farley Pictures originally through Paramount.
Okay. Thanks for giving me that info. It's good to know.
Already said that.
Now you're going to go back and listen.
But they filmed this in Utah mostly, except for some sound stages in Hollywood.
Well, I mean, it looked like they might have been in an actual coal mine, so I don't know.
Yeah, they were.
Well, I would go to Utah too, then probably if I needed a coal mine.
Park City, Utah, Carnus, Utah, and the Ontario mine in Heber, Utah. So that's where it was filmed. And it was filmed in January and February. So sometimes it got down to like 30 below.
Oh, Lord.
Because if you notice in the film, there's snow on the ground the whole time. So
Yeah. Yeah, I did notice that.
all right, I guess we'll get into the trivia here. They only made one creature for this film for the
Yeah, I
whole.
noticed that. They only showed one at a time, so I figured they had to have. That was commonplace for movies back in the 80s. So if you
Yeah,
only saw one at once, that's usually a sign they didn't make too many.
yep, and you didn't see him too much either. So
Didn't see a good look at him either, ever, I don't think. Not like a full thing of him.
like in the film, the Boogens isn't an actual term once used by miners to describe the fear some would experience while spending too much time in the deep mines, as like I said, as it was mentioned in the film. In fact, is a word fabricated by screenwriter David O'Malley using the word boogeyman as its root. His original title for the movie, but it had already been used. They were going to call it Boogeyman, but there was already a film out that came out earlier in 1981 called The Boogeyman. So,
Yeah, I've got that movie actually.
oh yeah, isn't it good?
Yeah. Um, this would have been dumb to call this the Boogeyman because these things weren't men, so
No, they weren't.
they were turtles, I think. Maybe they're part of the turtle things that fight the It Clown and Pennywise and shit. I don't know.
It sort of did look like sewer.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking that this could be the intergalactic space turtle enemy of Pennywise. I'm hoping eventually they'll cover that in the new Welcome to Deary series.
I still haven't got to see that yet.
It's good.
Ah, have to wait for it. Hopefully, it'll come out on Blu-ray.
Maybe because it's a HBO where Warner Brothers release. So it probably will. If it was Netflix, no.
Yeah. All right. Rebecca Balding met her future husband, director James L. Conway, while acting in this movie. Conway said that in a 2021 interview that he was so taken by her after she auditioned, he told the producer, "I could marry that girl." She must have felt the same way because first week of filming, she proposed to him. And 4 weeks later, they were married while still filming. They were together until she passed away from cancer in July of 2022. Oh, little love match on the movie set.
Yeah.
The climax of this film was filmed in a real mine, which, yeah, you could tell. To create the roar of the monster, sound supervisor Jeffrey L. Sandler asked his son Robert Sandler to come up with something scary. The monster roar was a dog and cat fight played backwards and slowed down. To test the effectiveness, speakers were set up at the ends of 4 long hallways at Glenn's Sound Studio in Burbank, California. With the lights out, Jeffrey and Robert played the effect, and they were both too scared to walk down the hall alone to turn the lights back on. I thought it was sort of a cheesy sound.
I thought it was cheesy too. I was going to say
I guess for
nothing I would
1981.
be bragging about, but
Yeah, it was sort of loud for
little turtle people.
a little turtle thing. Oh, the mine interiors were built in a shut down grocery store.
I thought they were actually in a mine.
Yeah, a lot of it looked pretty good. Good set building there for sure. That must have been where most of the budget went, was for the set and the special effects.
Certainly not the monster.
Though quite different, author Charles E. Seller wrote a novel of the same title based upon the film. A lot of movies they did that shit back in the late 70s, early 80s. They wrote like little
You got weird shit going on over there.
weird shit.
Yeah, I just saw looked like an orb float behind you, and then the camera froze up for like 2 seconds.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, right.
All right. 2 dogs were used for the dog tiger in the film, which they look just like my granddaughter's dog Peaches.
Yeah.
Old Peaches. Dog was sort of the star of the movie. He did a really
Well,
good job.
this isn't one of those movies that I didn't really like any. The only 2 characters I cared for in the movie were the 2 older guys. The rest of them, I was just glad they died, honestly. They were not very likable characters.
Anne Marie Martin originally agreed to be nude during her sex scene, but refused when they started shooting. I wonder why that was.
I don't know.
The interior of the house was a set built in an Elks Lodge in Park City, Utah. That's sort of cool.
Yeah.
Using up some resources there. In his Twilight Zone magazine review, author Stephen King called The Boogens a wildly energetic monster movie.
I don't think it was very energetic.
Stephen King seems like he likes all kinds of stuff but his own shit.
That's because there's been a lot of bad adaptions of his own shit over the years.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, he doesn't like The Shining for whatever fuck reason, but
Because he don't remember writing it.
yeah.
He was drunk and on cocaine the whole time and smoked like 5 packs of cigarettes a day.
I still say Silver Bullet's the best Stephen King adaptation.
Co-writer David O'Malley based the script on things that scared him as a child. For example, the sequence in the garage was inspired by O'Malley's fear of being attacked by rattlesnakes in the garage of his home.
Okay.
This was shot in 5 weeks in January and February of 1981. So they was in a rush to get it out by September. In early stages of development, writer David O'Malley wished to title the film The Boogeyman, as in the creature associated with nightmares that is generally the general public was aware of. The title morphed into The Boogens after Uli Lamel released The Boogeyman in 1980, just like we talked about.
Yeah, you already mentioned that.
I didn't know who wrote it though. Uli Lamel. I've never heard of him before.
Mm-mm.
Like I said, the temperature was 20 below zero, filming outside on location on some nights in the mountains of Utah. Utah's a beautiful place, though, man. Drove through there. It's a cool drive when you drive through there.
Yep.
Let's see. During filming, director James L. Conway decided to add nudity to spice up the film.
It
Anne
was one of the
Marie,
unnecessary, in my opinion.
there wasn't that much anyway.
No, but it's
Just a couple of butts and
yeah,
couple of titty shots. That's
it
about
was
it.
all done just for whatever.
Anne Marie Martin refused, but his future wife Rebecca Balding agreed, though she was nervous about it. To keep up from being too embarrassed, Conway cleared the set for the scene where her bare butt is exposed to several people and only shot her in close-ups. Then those shots were edited together and other scenes to make it seem like other people could see her butt off screen. Conway again asked Balding, but if she'd be willing to be topless for her sex scene, and she then agreed.
And then you said she changed her mind.
She next ended up fully nude for another scene in bed, but she was covered up by a sheet, so only side nudity was visible. Years later, she said in an interview that if she knew someone was going to invent the internet and her naked body would be posted everywhere, she probably wouldn't have filmed the nudity.
Whatever.
That was mild compared to today's standards.
Or some of these other movies we've watched this year, like the I Spit on Your Grave.
Yes. The last day of shooting took 20 hours. This was veteran actor John Crawford's last film. I think he was the old guy that was running around trying to blow shit up, try to
He's the only character I liked, I think. Yeah.
trying to reseal the Boogens
I'm
in the
trying to
cave.
bite ice and I just spit it all over the place. Sorry.
According to director Conway on the 2024 Kino Blu-ray commentary for the Boogens, producer Charles Sellier was a volunteer deputy sheriff in Heber City, Utah, and provided his own police car and uniform. According to Conway, Sellier was upset when he left the company for an ultimately successful career in Hollywood because Sellier wanted nothing to do with Hollywood. Conway also noted that Sellier was a survivalist who believed the world was going to end and had built a luxury cabin in the Utah mountains stocked with guns, several years worth of food, and gold. As with all prior and subsequent believers in the end of the world, he was wrong, and the cabin was never used and was destroyed in a snowstorm when the roof caved in. So
I thought that uniform looked very realistic. I noticed that
yeah, it
actually.
did. So did the cop car for
Yeah.
looked like a real small town.
Especially the badge on the hat. I'm like, that don't look Hollywood. So I guess I caught that. What
The
else you
dog
got?
that plays Tiger is actually a Bichon Frise, not a
Oh,
poodle.
whoopee doo doo doo.
Looks like a poodle.
Look like a poodle.
I think Peaches is a doodle. I think it's poodle and something else. I don't know. They mix a lot of them dogs like that all look alike and they call them something else. This was the first R-rated film from Sun Classic Pictures, which was acquired by Taft International Pictures.
I've never heard of any of these companies.
I think they
None
were
of them.
all eventually acquired by Paramount. So They constructed a cave set in an abandoned store in Utah, but while filming the fireball that goes from the house into the cave, the set and building caught fire. The entire building burned down in 10 minutes. No one was hurt, but they had to refilm the scene in an actual cave. That's crazy. The house burned up, the cabin thing burned up pretty quick too. And that's about all the trivia I got for the Boogens, or as Carl would say, the Boggins.
Oh, I'll go first on this Boogens.
All right.
So the whole time I was watching this, it felt like it was filmed as a rip off of one of the Friday the 13th movies. And it was 1981, so I guess it's possible that that was their influence. Take it not in the woods or with the Jason chasing them, but these little boggins. But it just had that same feel. And I kind of felt like it was just sort of a not a parody, but like inspired by the Friday the 13th. But this movie really isn't worth a fuck. Honestly, it's not a very good movie. I don't know where you come up with this, Brett, but yeah. It's boring as hell. It takes it forever to get to moving. The characters are not very well developed and they're not very good characters. Like I said, I'm glad when they die. And I don't really see the point in these little turtle men. How are they living before they got out of the cave? And what were they? Were they eating people or just killing people because they're mean? It never said.
Uh,
So I'm not a fan of this movie. I don't think I'll ever watch it again. I might just sell it.
ooh,
I'll
might
give it
suck.
I don't even think I can give it a 2. I'm going to give it a 1.5.
1.5, huh?
I don't recommend this movie to people. I would not watch this thing, guys. No. No, I don't
Oh,
recommend it. It should have been Kino should have kept it lost wherever it was lost from.
oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't care for this thing.
oh, shit. All
It
right.
was not what I was expecting from what I read when you sent it to me. I thought this sounds like it could be interesting. And I mean, even the cover, look at those hands and stuff. It just, yeah.
Well, like I said, they really hyped this up with the TV spots and stuff.
Well, that was the height of Friday the 13th and Halloween and all the
And
other horror movies.
and they probably showed all of the best parts during them TV spots. So,
But James Conway and Charles Sellers, I think they tried, and I give them a lot of credit for that. Putting together a movie and making that much money was really impressive. So, and I'm sure if I saw it in 81, I would have probably enjoyed it a lot more. It's just not very well. It hadn't aged. It's just, it needs to go back into the lost pile.
back into the lost pile, huh?
Yeah. Sorry, dude. I
Well,
tried.
I seen this, I'm pretty sure, when it first came out.
Oh, you was saying it gave you all these good memories of drive-in movies and stuff.
Well, yeah, it's one of them driving movies because that's where I seen a lot of the movies I seen back when I was a kid
Yeah.
and a teenager and stuff. So, I think I actually seen it with Cujo. Cujo came out right around the same time, I believe, and if I
Makes
remember right,
sense.
I seen it. This was played before Cujo played at the drive-in. It's back at the drive-in. You always got two or three movies for one price. So, uh, I thought the cinematography on this was really good, though.
It
Uh,
seemed really dark.
uh, some spot. Well, a lot of it was taking place at night. So,
I
yeah.
know, but it just seemed dark for just in general.
I don't think the actors did bad, you know.
I didn't say the actors did bad. I said the characters were bad.
Oh, okay. I got
That
you.
this there wasn't any character development. It didn't make any sense. Like you got the two guys that are working for the miners who don't act like they know what they're doing, and then these two girls come to town, don't even know why. It just is bad. Actors did a good job, so I would actually raise it up a little higher just because I did think that was well acted.
Okay.
Bad character
Like
development.
you said, you seen similarities to maybe that they for Friday the 13th. I think it was more or less comparable to My Bloody Valentine in a way.
Well, yeah, it did take place in the mine. I could see that.
And just like they were at the bar or whatever playing
Yeah.
pool and partying and shit uh like that. And
Yeah, this was definitely inspired, I think, from several different areas, probably.
exactly. But I think the dog did a great job.
The dog is the best part of the movie, you said.
uh when I was watching, I took a picture of the screen with the dog on there and sent it to Juliet and said, look, Peaches is in a movie. Oh, but anyway, uh I'm gonna give it a 3. It, like you said, it doesn't hold up very well. I didn't really remember this movie, that this was what it was all about.
I'm
Uh,
surprised you gave it a 3. That's impressive.
uh, I don't know, man.
You
Just
want to give it a 2, I think.
2.5, man. I'll go halfway.
Okay.
Uh,
I could probably go up to a 2 from honestly, because I don't want to dig on I think the actors did do a pretty good job. They can't control what's written.
exactly. The dialogue, yeah. Could have had better dialogue for sure. Uh, but yeah, I'll give it a 2.5. I can't go a 3.
I
I,
can't go. I'll go a
I'll
2. I can't go a
I'll
1.
give the dog a 4. But yeah, so that's all I got. What do you got? You got anything else you want to
I have
add?
nothing more to add on this one.
All right, sort of
I
a short
probably won't.
episode.
That's why I was trying to talk for a few minutes before we started.
I probably won't watch
Sometimes,
this either ever again.
yeah,
So
sometimes people like it when we talk before the show, and sometimes they don't. So that's why some weeks when we have a movie that's going to take a minute, I try to go right into it. When we don't, I'll try to make up some stuff. Did I show you this guy here?
oh no, what do you got now?
Look here, right there.
Oh yeah, the baby Michael. Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know if
I want one of them. I want a baby Michael.
Sorry, dude.
All
That's
right.
all I got.
Well, check us out on all the social medias. Check us out on Screamify. I think he's put up some new episodes up there on there that the last few that we've done. So
I
uh
found the podcast in some weird place the other day. I can't even remember where it was. I'm like, I know where. It's on my freaking Amazon Alexa.
oh yeah.
I told it to play the Evil Never Dies podcast, and it just started playing the show. So we're available on an Alexa if you got one.
Yeah, we're on Amazon podcast, so
Yeah, but I didn't know I could play it from the Alexa.
oh,
So
well,
now if
cool.
you're got an Alexa, or I'm sure it's probably on the Apple thing too, whatever. I don't even know what Apple calls
Apple
theirs.
Play or whatever the hell you call it,
Yeah.
or Apple
So if you're
Podcast,
just
yeah.
sitting at home, just say play the Evil Never Dies podcast, and you can get the show off these little talking boxes that control the lights and stuff.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching and listening, and we will talk to you next week. And stay evil, everybody.
is no escape. The Boogens.